What up, people? This is Christopher Michael, and I am just taking a quick second out of your day to say thank you so much for clicking on this video, for watching it, sharing it, liking it, commenting on it, subscribing, whatever you're gonna do. Thank you, regardless, for just pressing play. Life as a Film with Perspective is the first full-length feature film from Running Director Productions, which I am the founder of. A year of production, a year putting this all together, and it's finally here. So I hope you're excited, and if you've heard about this, I hope that honestly the things you've heard are great things. And if nothing else, please enjoy, please let me know what you think about it, comment on it, subscribe on it, share it with people, get their opinions, because this is a very opinionated film towards something a little different from our society, where we get a chance to look at a different perspective, a different viewpoint, to where what if homosexuality was normal compared to our normal everyday situation of heterosexuality. Like I said, I hope you enjoy, and I hope everyone you're sharing this with is enjoying it as well. And let's begin Life as a Film of Perspective, the first full-length feature film from Running Director Productions.
I'm actually glad you called. I'm trying to figure out how to use this camera so that we can show Alan how to use it. No, he hasn't seen it just yet. Alan's birthday isn't until tomorrow anyway. Of course, he will like it though, and especially with both of us here to give it to him. Don't Alex me, Michelle. Remember when you went to Dallas for a few weeks and you told me another year of all this and you'll be finished? Leave the company? It's been 5 years since we had that conversation. Make it up to Alan. It's his birthday you're missing. Yeah, I know he'll figure it out. I miss you, though. Love you, too. Bye. Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
I was just kind of figuring out a few things for school. Classes start Monday.
Well, look what I got you.
I'm kind of busy, but... Oh my god, Mom, is that a camera?
Yeah, do you like it?
I love it. I've wanted one for years.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday, babe.
Wow.
Alan, what are you doing for your birthday this weekend?
Oh, not much. Me and a couple friends might be checking out a show.
Oh, are you meeting up with Thomas at all? He's such a nice guy. He's kind of cute, too.
Nah, me and Thomas aren't really talking anymore, Mom.
Well, don't have too much fun, Alan. Classes start Monday, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Alan. I'm going to bed soon, and you should too. Don't stay up too late studying.
No, I won't. But hey, thanks for the camera.
Hey, no problem. Love you, Alan.
Love you too, Mom. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. Is that about right? Hello, everyone. Or at least everyone watching this in Dr. Alice J. Stevens' class of Cultural Psychology and Sociology. I'm a complete wreck and nervous, and I know that's completely unlike me. But as you all know, my name is Alan Thomas King, and I just want to take the moment right here to say I appreciate and thank you so much for watching this. It really, really means a lot. Really. All right, for everyone in the class, as you all remember, 6 months ago at the start of the semester, Dr. Stevens actually assigned us a project. Now, this wasn't just any project. This is a project that was going to determine 30% of our grade and whether or not we passed or failed. Now, oh my god, Dr. Stevens, if you're watching this, I just want you to know that I saw everyone in the class drop a load of bricks. And I won't single myself out. I did too. It was scary. Probably the funniest and scariest thing I'd seen in my life, or I'd been a part of. At least scariest until I started to finish the project. Admitting to all of you now, I guess I can say that when I got that news, when I heard that that was the kind of project I was going to be involved in, I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to take a path that maybe most of you wouldn't. I don't know about the rest of your projects, but for mine, I decided to go out and film from society, directly from society's mouth, the largely opinionated view of men and women relations, you know? And I can't say, honestly, that this project didn't come up with opposition right off the bat. My moms, Alexandra and Michelle, were against it and completely not thrilled when I told them that this was to be the kind of project I was going for. Pretty simply, this is kind of how it went. Alan, it's man with man, woman with woman in this life. Simple. Don't you understand? And something along the lines of, now Alan, there's a lot of violence towards straights out there. Can you please pick something else before you get hurt? Now, that should have been a red flag to me. Right off the bat, that should have been, don't do this, Alan. Don't go with it. Pick something else. And from my own moms, I probably should have listened to that. But I didn't. It's not like their ideas weren't unfounded, though. All over the media, during the project, before I was even in Dr. Stevens' class, there was tons of things and reasons for me not to pursue this greatly taboo idea of men and women being together. Going back hundreds of years to the Inquisition, where thousands upon thousands of straight women were sent to a burning cross. Hung, even. Belief of being witches? Maybe. Going back not so long ago to the 1980s, where hate groups spread up like wildfire across the United States in the belief that straights created AIDS. Now, I could go on and on, because the list goes on and on of why I should not have ever pursued this. I guess what it comes down to is the point. And the point for me, had there been one at all, was I wanted to find something. I wanted to share something that we all should have known, or tried to know. I mean, in this everyday sun up, sun down world of man with man, woman with woman, where people all over the globe can eat, sleep, live, die, all alongside each other. What was the big deal? What was the problem with a man and woman being together? In truth, I guess I was searching for what the role of a man and woman was in society today.
Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, it's me, Alan. Yeah, I tried getting a hold of you a few times. Right, yeah, I thought you were at the law firm with your parents. Okay. Well, yeah, you're studying. Okay, great. Well, I was thinking about trying to meet up with you and talk to you about an idea for a project for Dr. Stevens' class. Well, yeah, I figured that Oh, okay. Well, hey, I know you got to meet up with your parents today. I know they try and get you to work at the law firm as much as possible, but if you can just stay there for another 10, 20 minutes and let me meet up with you, we can go over this project. All right. Okay, yeah, just stay at the library. Stay at the library. I'll be right there, okay? All right. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye. All right, so I guess this would be a great time to get it out there. I'm going to be using this camera to film the opinions in society of men and women being together, as far as a relationship or physically, whatever works. There's been a lot of hype in the media about this, and there's been a lot of different responses, and I'd like to clear the air, in sociology we're taught to kind of understand people, and the way they react with one another, just humans being human, I guess would be the best way to put it. And
Lindsay. Okay.
What's up, Alan?
Not much. Okay, glad I found you. Okay, I have an idea for a project.
Okay, but what's with the camera?
Let me explain, okay?
Okay.
All right, okay, Lindsay, look, I've decided on what a project is going to be for the class.
Okay, I thought we were going to work on the image of the nuclear family from 50 years ago and now.
All right, look, I get that, but okay, but listen, look, if we use this camera and go out, I think we have a chance of doing a film on the opinions people have on man with woman relationships, okay? and I know that was a great idea, but we should really try this. I think it's an A+ for sure, and I know you said this class has been a struggle for you.
I've already been working on, researching 50 years ago, and now
Look,
you
okay.
wanted me to start over?
No, it's great, okay. If this falls, if this fails, or whatever, we can use this information and just go back to this, but I swear to God, you won't regret this, okay? If we can start tomorrow, and if it, like I said, if it doesn't turn out, you already have the information for this project.
All right, I'll give it a try.
All right, great. We'll start tomorrow.
So what's up with this camera?
All right, so I just got this for my birthday from my mom, and I don't know, it's something I've always wanted to mess around with,
Oh, it's pretty freaking sweet.
But I mean, I know we haven't talked, for a little bit. How's your mom's doing?
She's fighting this case right now. She doesn't really know how she's gonna win it, but we're shooting on it, so hopefully it turns out good.
I know you guys
Confidence.
Put there you go, confidence. I love that. But I mean, hopefully it works out for you guys. All right then. So we're kind of on our way right now to go meet up with a few different people for the interviews. I was able to send out a few different emails to different people to try and get them involved in this project. Is there any ideas you have on it though before we go forward?
I can't see this. Not really.
Okay. No, it's okay. I mean, I know this is kind of my idea, so I'll come up with a lot of what we're doing.
I'm sure it'll all flow together and work its way out.
Right.
Pretty much explain itself, and
We hope. I mean, we'll just throw in a lot of big words and just kind of, get people interested that way. Like, that sounds like a big word. They know what they're talking about.
they're not.
It's whatever works though.
Yeah. Plus, like, with what we're gonna be doing, it'll be once everything's thrown together. Well, not thrown together, but placed together. It'll just flow and be good, and hopefully people will understand our points.
Right. Maybe if they don't, we're throwing it at them. I mean,
Yeah.
who cares? I mean, if they get hit
Take
with
this.
it, right? I'm not really an underhand. I'm more of an overhand. I want to throw something out, but like wham! Like,
Take this. Ow.
okay. And but yeah, it's been fun. Other than that, I mean, you said you liked hula hooping.
Oh yeah, big workout, and it gets me in a calm state.
Mm-hmm.
So thinking about like how life is in general.
All right.
You get to calm down, and you get, like I said, it's a workout, so it's putting me in shape.
Right. Okay, so funny thing, I've known you for years. I never had any idea that you liked hula hooping.
Really?
Never.
Oh, I've been doing it for quite a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I never ever saw you hula hooping.
Well, I mean, it's been like 2.5 years, so it hasn't been like forever. I mean, and we have known each other for quite a bit, so I wasn't
like
really doing it
Yeah.
when we were hanging out more.
We're good. We're just got it. Let's just.
My arms.
Today, we're actually going to be meeting up with Senator Todd J. Phillips. You might remember him from the tabloids a little bit, of all the nonsense that he went through, but that's okay. He was one of the first people to get back to us on this interview, and I'm looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this to start off the project. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, let's go. All right, Representative, I'm so glad you can make it for this project.
Please,
Thank you.
It's just Todd now.
All right, then.
Let's have a seat.
All right, thank you. All right, Representative, I just...
Todd. It's just Todd now.
Okay. Sorry, Todd. Just want to take the moment to say, first off, thank you for being a part of this. We really appreciate you being on this project.
Hey, no problem. When I got the email about it, yeah, I'm a little busy nowadays running the equal rights campaign, but hey, couldn't say no to you, could I?
Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you. What's kind of going to go is set up some questions for you to follow, kind of like an interview.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's simple questions, though, really to prove to our audience that I'm actually sitting across from you, the ex-representative Todd J. Phillips, and not some random guy I kind of paid off the streets to be a part of this project.
Hey man, fire away, but make sure you keep it above the belt line, man. I know when I'm being made fun of, and I know when interviewers tend to get a little pushy, so.
I get it. Okay, thank you. So, starting off, just to kind of get things fresh, you were one of the youngest reps to ever win the spot for our state, isn't that correct?
Well, I've been told that, so I'm guessing it's true.
That's pretty impressive. And taking a look back, you were also an all-state football player in high school and graduated top of your class.
That's correct, but I could brag about that all day long now. But we don't got that kind of time. I'm trying to help build up my image to help support my newest campaign.
I guess you're right there, and I can follow you there. But in any case, with all that was going on for you, what drove you to a political career?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, just trying to do some radical things for our nation, and changing up the nation was the biggest appeal to politics for me.
Well, I can definitely agree with that whole radical concept. You really put a lot of different ideas in your higher up congressional officials.
Well,
let's move on. All right then, so I'm gonna fast forward the questions a little bit here and move past your small town political career, your quick political advancements, and all the accomplishments you did for the state. And I'd like to talk more about something real. When you were discovered more of as a closet heterosexual or straight man, what was the biggest drawback to that?
the biggest drawback has to be immediate fear, or immediate hate, if you will.
Okay.
Going from family, friends, my now ex-husband Ben, to my youngest son Bobby, they all are hating me for who I am now. And really what it is that fear that I just brought up is the driving factor of hate. You fear what you don't know. So I guess you can say a hater is going to hate.
Well, I guess you gave them a pretty good reason to. I heard at the end of your political campaign, your ex-husband Ben found you kind of with a few female prostitutes.
Next question, please.
No problem. So as we move on, I'd kind of like to talk about what you've been doing lately. I think you mentioned something along the lines of equal rights campaigns.
Well, other than fighting for the ability to marry my wife, I guess you could say I'm building back up my fan base. I left my offices with 0 supporters, none. Tons of enemies, but I also had a better idea of who I was and what I really truly wanted to fight for nowadays.
I'm going off what you said a little bit earlier and mixing a little bit what you said now. You said something, I'm guessing what you mean is the rights of heterosexuals, correct?
I want to put it straight in every law office, political office, hell, if I can even get it, presidency.
Clear me if I'm wrong here, but isn't that idea, that concept, a complete 360 from your earliest campaigns of anti-straights in political office? I mean, the whole abolish Adam and Eve's voting rights as well?
Well,
hate campaigns win you votes?
yes, but...
And on top of all that, are you not fighting a custody battle with your ex for the rights to your son and losing because your wife is a part of a radical third party for straight rights activist? And I mean, would it help care for the child? I mean, you're fighting rules and laws your political career helped push forward.
Enough! I kept my peace, and I asked you to keep it above the belt. However, this interview is done. I don't want to see my face in your damn movie. Otherwise, I'm just calling my lawyers. This is over. I'm done.
Shh. Hypocrite.
Okay, so I lucked out big time on this, okay? I've sent out tons of emails, and a friend of a friend got back to me, and they're kind of a big socialite. This is a huge, huge effort for this project, but Lindsay, you won't be able to go in there. It's just gonna be me with the camera, okay?
But this is our project together.
I know, but we're kind of in a time crunch right now, and they don't exactly know this project is about man and women relationships.
All right, I'll go with it.
Thank you. Okay, I have to get a few things ready. Let's put the camera away, and if you could just wait by the car, I'll be down. Give me 30 minutes tops, okay?
Okay.
All right, great, let's go.
Anytime now. Come on.
I'm sorry, Marcy. I'm just trying to catch your good side.
I only have a good side.
Marcy, I am ready.
Oh my god, just a moment. Dylan was caught by his fiance Mark with a man, and Mark's friend Michelle is so heated.
Okay.
Hey, I waited for you, and you can just give me a second, okay? So, what's this about?
Well, it's for my final project in a class I'm taking at the university. It's about men and women relationships.
Okay, men and men, women and women. It's so cool.
I understand. I mean, that we're gathering the general opinions on film of people's thoughts towards men and women being together, like a couple specifically.
Oh, whoa, time out here. You called me, begging me for me to be in this little project of yours, and now I find out it's about Adam and Evers probing together?
Well, straight people, yeah, but
Okay, here's my very easy, honest answer about them. Disgusting. It's completely unnatural, absolutely wrong, and it ruins porn. And it's a factor of failing businesses too.
speaking of businesses, don't your fathers own a successful chain of bars and nightclubs geared towards adult entertainment for men?
Yeah, and all those Adam and Evers are bad for business. If you imagine we were all straight, as silly as that seems, my parents' business would go under.
So it's completely safe to say you're against men and women relationships. Agreed?
Against it, I'm downright for the end of it on our planet. Geez, this is why this nation makes me so incredibly sick.
So Marcy, again, it's not that I don't appreciate your time, but we've been talking the last 15 minutes and I'm just not getting it. How is this a problem for our nation?
Well, it's just a shame our country would allow straight people like anything. It's more like, just shut the camera off for a second.
Wait. Come on, Marcy, please wait.
Well, I mean, at least you know.
Come on, Marcy, look. I'm serious, Marcy, don't go. We need that on camera.
You can edit my face out later, right?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Well, like, this shouldn't be a secret, right?
Exactly.
Well, as I was saying, the streets created AIDS to wipe us out.
Marcy, there's really no proof of that.
Well, it took a huge blow on our global population. Men, junkies, moving to women, children in some cases. Regardless of how it happened, our government took action of the slow, rapid decline of our population by building breeder buildings. Yep, no more donated sperm for those freaks. Places for freaks to copulate. Men and women allowed to freely fornicate for government purposes?
Come on, Marcy, even to hear that twice, it's pretty unreal.
I thought so too, but hey, a regular in my bar came in and was spouting off how he's unfaithful to his fiancée, and he went to one of those places. What a disgusting, pathetic hetero.
But, I mean, Marcy, you mentioned the UWC, though.
Yeah, the UWC, the United Watch Committee. You know, they cover up the secrets and hide those buildings from the public.
It sounds so unreal, but I wonder why.
I mean, like, go check it out yourself. It's the address I gave you off camera.
All right, then. Well, I mean, I appreciate it, Marcy. It really helps.
Don't thank me just yet. Not until I tear down every single one of those disgusting buildings.
So Alan, I found some new information on the nuclear family project that we were working on before, and I was wondering if you wanted to start working on that, like touch base with that more than this project that we're working on at the moment.
You know, Lindsay, I mean, it's a great idea and all. I like it, but I was looking over what Marcy told us, and I mean, it all checks out. I mean, you know, with President Giselle, I mean, she messed up a lot, but she got a lot of things going on this to back up what Marcy was talking about with the state buildings. The UWC, the United Funds for National Security, I mean, tons of stuff. Let's go check out the building.
When?
All right, well, I was looking through this, and I got a little bit of research done now, so if we can do it this afternoon, that'd be great. I mean, if you're free.
I'm free, it's just, I don't know how I feel about all this, but I'm with you on it.
Great. I mean, We're after this A anyway. I told you, I promised you an A+ project. This is what's gonna do it for us.
I'm believing in you.
All right then. I'll just finish up these notes and we can get out of here.
Okay.
Great.
So this is the place then, huh?
The address is what Marcy gave us, so I guess so. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's kind of it's a secret building, so I won't show much more out in here. Maybe on the inside when we get in there, find the entrance, I guess. I don't know. Do you want to check it out?
We're gonna have to, right?
I agree. I guess before I continue on with my project, the UWC, AIDS, all that, I guess it takes a little bit of precedence right now to kind of explain the history of the term Adam and Evers as a phrase. I mean, it's not like we don't use it loosely enough anyway. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna start with what everybody knows, and that's that Adam and Evers is a derogatory, slanderous term for straights in our society. We also know, at least for everybody in this class, understands that Dr. Stevens hates that term and that phrase more than anything and won't even allow it uttered in her classroom or in the hallways as we're walking by. And for that, I'm sorry, Doctor. But in all seriousness though, complete seriousness, what people don't talk about anymore and what isn't mentioned is that the term actually came from a film, The Last Fall of Eden, made in the early 60s in Europe. And in this film, it actually features a closet heterosexual couple, ashamed of who they are and their passions for each other, but united by their religion and basically being psychos. Now, if you ever see the film, it's actually a god-awful film, and I suggest nobody watches it. The Last Fall of Eden, cross that off your bucket list, cross that off any movie list you were ever going to see, because it's not worth it. A C movie, if there's even a chance of calling it that. But something that held in Europe and went widespread across anybody who saw the film was when the police actually catch this couple. They don't really have a lot of reasons besides their religion that they went on this huge killing spree. And actually the killing spree takes place in like France and Spain and a few other spots, but this killing spree, they don't really have reasons for why they did it. But the last scene of the film, as they're being thrown away in cells, or I think the woman actually has walked to an electric chair. I think what the man says, seeing that girl, his couple, actually walking away, if I remember correctly, it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Okay, so the movie tanked. People in Europe, everybody who was watching this hated the film. So what stuck? Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Thankfully, it really just wasn't a good enough movie to get out there. At the same time though, during the 60s, there was the British invasion of music across the US and across the entire world, where just bands from Britain got noticed. They were really big and popular. And with this generation of music artists came the expression Adam and Evers, as that one phrase that you can use to describe scumbag straights or heterosexuals that you dislike. And with that film, with the help of music and a youth ready for action, Adam and Evers took a foothold in society's youth. Okay, back to what I was saying about the UWC, or United Watch Committee as we all know them. Okay, most of us understand them as more of trigger-happy, military police presence kind of organization. But I did a little bit of digging for this project, and I actually found out that they were started off with a much noble cause, or at least more noble than what they're doing now. But let me explain, okay? In the 1990s, under the presidency of Giselle Ortiz, there was a belief among the government that the government level needs should not outweigh the needs of the states. Therefore, the bi-state, four states reform of '98 was enacted to recognize the state level needs as understood and respected by the federal government. Okay, the UWC was one of the organizations put together to make sure that the rules and regulations of this reform were being followed and set in motion as decreed in '98. So I know this is a lot of information to throw at you, especially since a lot of this doesn't really get talked about as much as one of the highlights of the 1990s, considering it's a little more overshadowed by the fact that President Giselle Ortiz had an affair against First Lady Miranda with her secretary Frank Rowe. Huge scandal. But by overshadowing these small events and the bi-states, four-states reform of '98, we lose track of the fact that this was the beginning of organizations that allowed power to the UWC. And without Giselle Ortiz and the structure of the bi-state, four-state reform of '98, well, there was no more harness and no more reins. The United Watch Committee was pretty much allowed to do what they want. There's a lot of information for me to grasp when I first started this project, but I guess at this point you're kind of thinking what I was at the time. You know, what's the big deal with the UWC? What's the link between the UWC and Adam and Evers and all this jumbled up stuff? Believe me, it had my mind boggled. But the answer is pretty simple. The answer actually comes from the biggest epidemic to hit the global population since the Black Plague in the Middle Ages. Okay, starting in 1959 in the Congo, moving on to men, passing through junkies, death. What I'm talking about, and what links this all together, is HIV and AIDS. Although there is a possibility that AIDS was present in 1966 as far as being in the United States, by 1981 there was no doubt of its presence. And along with that came with the large amount of population that believed that straights had caused HIV and AIDS to destroy the rest of us normal homosexuals. Of course, strengthened by the European persuasion of the term Adam and Evers, nothing really went well for a lot of people back then. There was fear, panic, and a lot of other different things that combined into the fact of more hate rallies. And the media covering all those hate rallies, they could have focused a little bit more on the 1983 discovery of a retrovirus to curb some of the destruction of our population. Now, the retrovirus wasn't exactly a cure to AIDS, but it was some kind of a start. Didn't stop the panic and it didn't stop the fear, but there was hope on the horizon for it. Right? I won't bore you guys anymore with dates, alright? You're welcome, by the way. But I'd like to say right now, or at least for a moment, tip my hat off at least to the advances in medical sciences, because as of today, HIV and AIDS is no longer a problem. The link, though, that puts it all together, however, is the fact that with HIV and AIDS, the idea behind the global population and its frailty really came to mind in a lot of different countries, and not just the United States of America. What also came to the idea among all these countries was the process of childbirth. Now, our global population had taken such a hit that they needed something a little more effective than in vitro fertilization. The 1990s brought it all together, okay? Secretly, without all the media coverage, considering they were focused more on President Giselle and the scandal in the office in the White House, buildings were erected and created for the sole purpose of men and women of opposite sex to get together and copulate. Now, it's a giant secret. Everything was working together perfectly. And the United States began to start off with a project that would revitalize the population of the entire globe, after the effects of HIV and AIDS. Here's the kicker. The UWC and organizations that are like that were started to cover it all up. Lindsay, the more I look into this, the more I really, really think that our project should be about the state repopulation building, okay? I mean, it has history. We're not just talking about people anymore, we're talking about, the nation. I mean, this is so big. I don't know, I'm too excited here. What do you think?
I think you need to turn your camera off for a moment.
Okay.
Please. Look here, Alan. Look here. I can't do this project anymore. I'm gonna find someone else and work with them on it. I'm not going to face
the possibility that my parents aren't my actual parents.
I mean, come on, Lindsay. It's
No,
not-
listen to me now, please. It's just not something I'm comfortable with at all. And seeing what goes on there, it's sickening. It's disgusting. It literally puts me in a position that I can't even breathe right, even speaking about it. Just the thought that I'm pretty much adopted makes my stomach turn, and it's literally just disgusting, and I can't handle it. And I won't work on this project anymore.
Lindsay, I mean,
Don't try to convince me out of it. I've already made my mind up. I'm sorry I can't work with you on this, but I just can't. And I respect my family and everyone else's families way too much to do this project, to pretty much bash on their families. I'm here to figure out why society is the way that it is, pretty much, and what we can do to progress it, not to downgrade it. I want to make the world. I want to inform the world, but not in this way. This isn't what I'm looking for, and I'm sorry.
Lindsay. Come on, Lindsay.
Our project, the film, whatever, it was crumbling around me. I mean, and tallying losses now included a friend and my own conviction to the efforts. I mean, I entered the field of sociology with some kind of stars in my eyes, I guess. Thinking maybe if I could just understand people, possibly I could understand myself. By the way, Cassie, don't think that I don't know you're in the back of the classroom laughing at me as I pour my soul out here, okay? Even when I'm recording this right here, I can feel your laughter back there and your eyes on me just joking about how I'm up here crying like a little baby. I get it. So, one thing I'd like to mention then, Cassie, is the fact that at this point, I knew of two things. These two things that you've actually helped me learn over the past couple of years. And one of them was, you can't talk about religion. One was you can't talk about politics. But I'm here to tell you, there's a third thing that I learned from this project that you can't talk about. And that's where babies come from. Going forward, I'd like to state right now in front of everybody that yes, this project was about men and women relationships. But no, it was not by any means to broadcast hate. But when you're going out to do something like this, you have to state the facts. And you have to prove and show what you've seen. And that's exactly what I saw. That heterosexuals are held right in people's hearts, right alongside hate. I've decided to continue on with this project alone. I don't need my partner. Doesn't really matter to me. So I am kind of taking a break from the whole idea of the state repopulation buildings, and I'm going to be going out and continuing with the first idea I had, which is to get the opinions of men and women relationships and all that jazz. So I guess let's see how it goes.
Nah, man, I'm good, man. It's all right. I don't want to talk about it, man.
I'm a flaming homosexual, and if anyone has a problem with it, I'll tell them take this lollipop, shove it up their stick first. What do you call 200 straight people? Problem. What do you call all the straight people on the moon? Problem solved.
You'd think I was asking these people to donate money or something. Jesus. Whatever, I'm gonna keep going. There's only a couple hours left of daylight anyway, so whatever.
I don't feel comfortable about talking about men and women's relationships. Bye.
Nah, man, I don't want to talk about it.
The entire day was kind of a fail. A little messed up. It didn't work out for me, but whatever. I guess for right now, I'm gonna head downtown and enjoy a little bit of that college therapy.
Okay. I got a joke. Hold on. I forgot to turn it off. The truth is, there's no place out there for straight people. You know, it's like if you're straight, good luck. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it just seems like there's no place for us straight people, you know? I mean, not me, but straight, you know what I'm saying.
So I wasn't too certain on whether or not to show the class that last scene. But that was my life during that time. I'm not proud of it. I mean, I've always been an A student trying for A+. I guess working hard to work harder is what my mom used to say. So when my project began to kind of crash and burn all around me, I felt broken. I mean, the negativity all around me, it was too much. I'm sorry. I am, but bringing back those thoughts, they still hurt. I mean, I wasted a month of my life in this little pity party. I mean, failing grades, pushing my friends away, my own parents. I mean, I guess I regret it more than I'm willing to say here. Of course, I decided to keep that last scene intact because I looked at it later on as more of a trial, an obstacle, kind of like we all go through every day as people. I mean, my video was so much closer and nearer to its true purpose, and I wouldn't give up. I couldn't give up. I guess what it all comes down to sometimes is you have to understand falling before you can appreciate getting back up.
Oh, Vivian, I'm here.
Hey, Alan.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I'm late and I look like a complete mess.
Honey, it's okay. You should see me in the morning without the makeup. I'm glad you're here. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming down here, for even talking to me, but I'm still kind of a mess, so bear with me, okay?
Alan, sweetie, trust me, it's perfectly fine. But I do want to let you know, and this is where the all seriousness comes in, to you and everyone else, and to this marvelous little blue marble of a sapphire, may know me as Vivian, but the real fact of nature is that we've been classmates since just about early middle school, and I want you to know the actual me. My name is actually Andrew. This is the real me.
Give me a second here, Vivian. I'm a little out of it. Did you say
that out of this entire time, since we've known each other, that you're gonna tell me now, many years later, that you're completely different, that you're somebody else? I mean, give me a second.
Alan, do me a favor. Pick up the camera.
Fine.
The reason why I choose now to tell you is because, yes, when you think about it, at some point in time, we all put on a mask. What you see before you is still me, but to everyone else in the world, I'm known as Vivian. The simple fact is that I chose that name and to go with that and hide who I really am for the simple fact of, yes, I grew up in a moderately abusive family, but at the same time, I chose this role because I didn't want people to know the pain and hurt that I've gone through. So I can understand you're in pain. You know, you think things are going horrible, but only thing I can say is have faith. If I've heard wind of what your documentary is about, but keep in mind, in my own personal opinion, if straights want to marry, then let them. They're no different from us. Because if I were to sit there and tell a straight man and a straight woman they couldn't get married, that's the same as if my father were to be beating on me. It's that cruelty that denies them. It's that just that denies them. It's us saying they can't be happy. If it was a world that was completely reversed, it'd be the same. Straights were to tell us that we couldn't marry who we want to be, meaning that we couldn't be happy. We couldn't fully express ourselves. We couldn't have our children. We couldn't have the beautiful houses and homes and jobs that we have now. We wouldn't have the proper friends that we have now. We'd be completely miserable and this world would be worse. But when you look at it through a different aspect and light, you see where the truth in lies. That we're all just human. Only thing we want is love, compassion. Someone to, you know, if we're with them, you know, just to come home and be, honey, I'm home. To feel that warm, loving embrace, to feel your heart just beat out of your chest and swell with joy. And when we tell them that, no, they can't marry, when we tell them, no, they can't be together, that's like as if we cut their heart out and dangle it in front of them like as if it's just a puppet.
Vivian. Andrew. Wow. All right, yeah, you said in the email no names. Okay, thank you, if nothing else, for, you know, being a part of this. I just, give me a few minutes to, like, catch up with everything I need to do, get ready for the shot, okay?
All right, well, I'm sitting down.
Oh, yeah, no, that's completely fine. 1 second. So, just to kind of give my viewers a little inkling about your life and what's going on with you, unbiased opinion, all that. What I'm going to do is ask you a few questions and then just kind of end it up. This is going to be kind of like an interview, okay? All right. What's your home like, and do you think you're the general idea or image of many of the households in America today?
Well, I'm single, so I don't, that's not really, you know, the average house is man and man, 2 husbands, 2 wives, and a couple kids. I'm still on my own.
Okay, thank you. All right. Now, I know that seems kind of out of the way, all these questions, but the thing that kind of drives home, do you kind of know what the documentary is about, what I'm shooting for?
No, not really.
Okay, well, I know in the email you said you're willing to be a part of it. You talked to a classmate of mine, and, well, I appreciate that, but what I'm driving for here is, in my class, my final project is about society's opinion of, well, basically the fact that men and women are kind of frowned upon being together. Instead of being man and man, woman and woman, like we're taught from birth, it pretty much is, if you are a man with a woman in a relationship, trying to do whatever you can, family, dating, everything of that is taboo. And I want to get society's opinion of that. So what I'm trying to get to is, do you feel that maybe heterosexuals have a direct effect in your life when pretty much everywhere else in the world, or it's considered not right like immoral, things like that?
I look at it this way. See, the thing is, people that go out and find people like that, and they pretty much just knock them on the ground and keep them there. It's pathetic. I feel that if somebody wants to live their life differently than everyone else, why shouldn't they? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm okay as long as they don't involve me. But there's an old saying, the nail that sticks up the farthest gets hammered down the hardest. Well, what's the point in being like everyone else? If they want to go off and that's what they want to do, let them.
Wow, I really like that, man. I guess with all that though, you said that if they don't involve you, it's fine, but do you notice them? I mean, do you think they do have a direct effect on your life, or?
No. I mean, yeah, I've seen a couple here and there. They're there. What am I gonna do about it? Other than that, they don't affect me. They're not gonna change how they are, who they wanna be with. It has absolutely nothing to do with me.
You've been great through all this, but to end it all right now, I just have to ask one more small question. You kind of touched base on what your overall opinion of man and women in relationships are, but do you feel that if more people accepted straights in our society, that maybe as a people, as a nation, you know, just as human beings, that if accepted, maybe we'd be taking a step forward or backward?
I think we'd be taking a step forward. And the reason behind that is places won't hire. They shy away from hiring people like that. In my opinion, they're someone who can work. Just because they are in a relationship with someone that society as a whole views is wrong. They're someone that can work. They shouldn't have to hide that so they can get a job, or that so they won't be put down. We should just let them be themselves. I think that's it.
Thanks to a friend, I have a ride home. Tonight I will not be drinking, which is a huge, huge step for me. I guess I didn't really think too much about how this day was gonna go or what I was gonna be a part of, but you know, after talking to some of these people, I feel that, at least for me, that was kind of the step that I needed to, I guess let me rephrase this. At this point, I'm really thinking, with everything I've been through, with everything I've done, that maybe this is the time that I really should settle down and go for something again that I really want for this project, and that was to do the state buildings. I mean, going the other way only brought a lot of, I don't know, just it brought me down. So maybe I'm not going to give up on the state buildings. I'm going to find out what goes on there. I'm going to find someone to talk to about it. That's what I'm doing. At this point, this project is solely about the state repopulation buildings. So I was finally getting out of my funk and building up back up with that ambition and motivation to finish my project. But with less than about 2 months till the due date, I was incredibly behind. Now for my first idea, of course I had enough of, you know, what society thought of heterosexuals. But I wasn't after that anymore. Finding the answers though was no easy task. With the almost military-like presence of the UWC in the area, everyone was keeping pretty quiet. No one wanted to say anything. If they had information, they definitely weren't going to give me anything. Really, I was about to give up. Couldn't find anything. Couldn't go forward with anything. Might as well, right? Thankfully I met her.
So I finally found someone capable of giving me the answers I've been looking for. Now,
I'm not really up there too much. I'm not really too hopeful for this. I am excited though, and the way I look at it, even if this fails, I already have enough footage to deal with the rest of my, original ideas. So, whatever. Sent out tons of emails, and finally found someone that's able to give me the information about the state repopulation buildings I've been looking for. Now, when I say I've sent out tons of emails, I mean everybody. Friends, neighbors, strangers on the bus. Anybody that I can. Now, with the suppression of organizations like the UWC, it's been tough. So this person got me this email. Let's just see what happens, because I'm really excited for it. So, 2.5 hours later, yeah, I can take a hint. I know what I'm being made fun of too, so... Man. Damn it, I'd really hoped, I mean...
Are you alone?
Listen, lady, I'm having a horrible day right now, so if you'd leave me alone, that'd be great.
Wait, rollingbox1991@email.com? Alan Thomas King, right?
Yeah, I mean... Oh my god, butterfly66@allmail.com?
Yeah, shh. Be quiet and follow me. This camera, it is so freaking cool. You've been using it on, what again?
It was a school project, but besides all that, I mean, you were incredibly late for our one-on-one. I mean, I sat down there for 2.5 hours. What if I'd left?
I don't think you would have. And I had to make sure you weren't going to be followed. You're asking us serious questions, Mr. King.
Alan sounds better. Miss...
Jasmine. Jazz for short. So at one point, you had a friend helping you with this project?
Yeah, but they kind of bailed. I mean, that's the whole point I got a hold of you.
No offense, but your friend is a loser for bailing on you, seriously? A smart loser, though.
All right. Just give me the camera. I mean...
No, stop. Oh my god, you didn't.
I did, I swear I did. No. My friends never looked at me the same again. True story.
That was way more than I wanted to know. TMI.
All right then. So, it's your turn in the spotlight then?
Let's stay away from that last question, okay? The story, I mean.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Really want to just say I appreciate the help with this though. Thank you, really.
No problem.
Are you ready?
Ready. I was born in one of the earliest state repopulation group facilities.
Okay, so like a breeder building?
No. I prefer the term home, or I go as far as to say the best place and the best memories growing up.
I apologize. I mean, I didn't mean to. It's just that, well, you know.
Anyway, at age 11, when I had my first period, my parents began to tell me stories about women that shocked me, that I really wasn't aware of. Some of that included benefits to our home.
Okay, so let me try and piece this all together and get everything straight. So were they forcing you to participate sexually with others, or at least trying to encourage it?
Ew, hell no. More like the birds and the bees.
My bad. It's just...
You're kind of creepy.
Wait, what? It's gonna sound really strange, but I gotta ask it. Were you the daughter of two moms or two dads? Me, myself, I am the son of two moms.
It's hardly relevant to your interview. Besides, it was a man and woman, a mom and a dad, that were my parents.
That's really strange. I mean, but relevant also.
I can understand that your family doesn't always have to be blood, but it was my parents' consenting love for each other that is where I am today. You were the same way. I'm sorry, I really don't want to cut this short, but we have to be done now. The story that I told the committee didn't involve an all-day escape.
All right, I understand that you took some risk to be with me today, but if you have to lie your way out, that kind of sounds more like jail.
Hardly. Didn't you tell me you already visited?
No, I mean, well, yeah, I did, but it was brief. I mean, your staff followed me and my partner the whole time. I didn't really see much.
Oh, so you went with a partner?
No, it was nothing like that. I'm single. No other man in my life.
No woman either?
Nope, I can't say so. Not that either. Why?
Just curious.
All right then, so Jasmine, this is about as far as I can go with you, okay?
All right, later, Alan.
All right. Hey, don't worry about it. We'll get more in the film next time, okay? Thank you.
Wait, I have a better idea.
What do you mean, Jasmine? What are you doing?
Meet me at the State Reproduction Building, the one you went to before, the one you visited. I'll give you the grand tour. I know the place.
What? But, I mean, Jasmine,
Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Don't be late.
wow.
Wow. It's currently 8:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'm on my way to go meet up with Jazz and do this tour thing. I'm really pumped and excited to finally be finishing up this project. It's been a long time coming. And maybe ask her about that kiss. Kisses, really. Let's see what happens.
Great, you made it.
Yeah, wouldn't miss it for the world, but about that kiss?
Save all questions for the end of the tour, okay? Are you ready?
I think so.
Great. By the way, the camera needs to stay hidden most of the time. I'll let you know when it's cool to use it, and other than that, they're not really cool with using cameras in here.
I'm guessing they're not too fond of men and women being caught on film having sex.
No, it's not all about sex. It's more of a place for people who want to be different to just have their own place.
But it is some sex though, right?
Shut up and follow me. So that first floor we were just at was processing for vitals and screenings, etc. And the government officials and founders didn't want anyone getting sick to affect the population growth.
All right, I understand. So like they were kind of set up there to make sure everyone was healthy coming in, but it's just kind of funny. It almost seems like they care about your safety.
Everyone alive wants safety and a place to call home and not to get sick, right?
Well, yeah.
Even us heterosexuals. And this is the exercise facility. So, part of the exercise facilities is the cardio wing. So I've talked to a few people here, and this is the room they're gonna use for their theater for all the art shows that they do. What is it?
Well, I mean, Jazz, this isn't what I expected to find here.
Is it the day rooms that bothered you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, there's a bunch of just proud to be gay men and women out there, you know, socializing, carefree with a bunch of, you know, announced straights. You understand, Jazz, that doesn't happen anywhere else but here.
Yeah, it kind of bothers me just a little bit too. Not the sexual preference, that's whatever. But because it's a congregation for many promiscuous hookups.
I mean, I guess the idea is repopulation.
Humanity acting human rather than horny and leg-humping dogs, that's what will save us. There's a chance of that here.
Well, I mean, day rooms, why didn't they just call them date rooms?
You get the point. It's closed right now, but this is the waiting room for families to meet their new family member, the children. So there's more to see, you know?
I know, but, I mean, what were those series of rooms back there?
Oh my god, I forgot to tell you. Those are like dorms, or I could say apartments. People actually live here.
People live here?
Yeah, I know, it's weird, right? People actually want to be praised instead of persecuted.
Okay, I didn't mean to put my foot in my mouth. It's just that it's kind of strange. It's all fairly strange for me.
It's strange to want to feel like you belong.
Duh. Yeah, let's keep going then.
Our tour has ended, and it's actually getting pretty close to shut down. Everyone's pretty much going to their dorms, and thankfully, Jasmine was able to kind of get us one for the night. Plan on, I guess, studying?
Jasmine, please. Look, we're gonna study. I swear to God, it's all about studying.
Okay.
Good. Okay, it's all about studying, and I'm gonna get a little more in depth with this as I go on. So, what about those kisses, though? I guess, in closing, I guess I can't truly explain any of this with the value that it's worth. But I guess to anyone watching, meeting her and going to that building was my rebirth. I mean, I understood who I was now. And even more, I knew the answer to a question I never thought to ask out loud. The question of, was I even gay? The answer to that question is I'm not. I am not. I guess I never really was. But for everybody out there right now who's holding back maybe some foul language, puking, please try and understand. Listen to me. This doesn't seem like it was entirely in my hands, at least a decision that I could make myself. It's just me. It's who I am. Society itself never seems to really be that kind to individuals of change. Never welcomes them with open arms. To my own mother's, though.
Mom, yeah, I'm glad everything's going good. Yeah, the project's going good too. The reason I actually gave you a call is I wanted to let you know I met somebody. Yeah, she's really cool. You know, I mean, we have a lot in common. Yeah, I said she. It's a girl. Her name's Jasmine. You have to meet her. I mean, she's amazing. I mean, she was able to help you in... What? What?
Alan's on the phone right now with his mom. I think he's telling
Mom,
us
come
about
on.
us.
I know, Mom. 1 second. I mean... Come on, Mom. I mean... Mom?
Alan, I love you. I'm so sorry.
Mom, come on. You don't even know her. Mom? But Mom? Mom, wait. It was innocent enough. I mean, it started with a kiss. I mean, it's not like... Mom, I'm not gonna change. Mom, I'm straight. I love her. Mom. Turn off the camera. So I guess with this project, and with any project, it comes down to what I've learned. And I can't really describe it with all the words that I thought I could when I first started out. At least the words I wish I could. So I guess it makes more sense to stick to the facts. The first is, we all rely on one another, regardless of sexuality, belief, or idea. We all need a shoulder to cry on. 2, I guess is, you know, existence isn't all of what we've been told or how we've been raised. It's, you know, all of us coexist and we should be happy just for that. Lastly, I guess...
Hurry up, Alan. We're late for our appointment with Dr. Beltman, remember? We're gonna find out if it's a boy or a girl today.
I know, Jazz. Give me just a moment, okay? I'm almost done.
Alright, hurry up. I love you.
I love you too. Anyway, I guess lastly is, life is what you make of it. Life is your perspective.